A while ago, I put together a video about the North American hockey feeder system and it did pretty well, but it also sprung up some questions about how other feeder leagues work. So with that being said, let's take a look at how the Russian hockey feeder system works. At the top of this system, of course, we have the NHL's closest rival in terms of skill, the Continental Hockey League, or KHL for short. This league is the pinnacle of Russian hockey, and so it sits at the top of the chain for professional hockey in Russia. The cool thing about this league is that it's not only just active in Russia, but throughout its history it's had franchises throughout Europe and Asia. This makes it a multi-continental league. Now one stage below the KHL is the Supreme Hockey League, or the VHL for short. This league is also multi-continental with teams in Russia, Kazakhstan, and China. And while it could be compared to the AHL in North America, it is kind of different. This league is not an official farm league like the AHL is. Instead, only some teams are affiliated with KHL teams while others aren't. Meaning that those teams that are affiliated with KHL teams can have players transferred between them with ease. Currently, of the 27 VHL teams, only 4 of them don't have any KHL affiliations at all. Now shifting our focus to the third level of Russian hockey, we have the Supreme Hockey League Championship, or the VHLB for short. The B makes it pretty obvious that this is a sister league and below the VHL. This league has struggled with holding members due to teams disbanding or teams pursuing other league opportunities. So because of that, there are only currently 9 teams in the VHLB. This league can feed players to both the KHL and the VHL, like the ECHL in North America. But again, like with ECHL players, it's more likely for a VHLB player to get called up in case of an emergency in the VHL than in the KHL. So that makes it the third tier league in Russia. Now the fourth and final tier of pro hockey in Russia is the Asia League Ice Hockey, or AL for short. You've probably already noticed the parallels between the North American feeder system and the Russian feeder system, so you can probably already guess that this is their equivalent to the SPHL, LNAH, and FHL. This league currently sees teams from Russia, Japan, and South Korea, and was formed with the hope of growing the game in Asian countries. Because some of the homegrown talent in this league may not be the best, this league allows imports to come and play just like the KHL does. Much like the fourth tier of North American hockey, it's pretty unlikely that a lot of these players will get called up to play at a higher level. But there's always still that shot that they can be. Because of this though, this league is far below the other feeder leagues. That does it for professional hockey leagues in Russia, but we still have the junior leagues, so let's just see where they might fit in. The first major Russian junior league is funny enough called the Junior Hockey League, or the MHL for short. This league is multi-continental as well, spanning Latvia, Russia, Kazakhstan, and China. Players in this league are below the age of 20, but unlike North American junior teams, it works a little differently. Although this is a junior league, it's also a feeder league to the KHL and VHL. Teams either have affiliation with leagues that I just mentioned, leagues elsewhere, or don't have a connection to any other league at all. Being a feeder league to the KHL and VHL, this league allows its junior players to be lent over to the higher leagues. A connection that's only really seen between the CHL and AHL with amateur tryout contracts in North America. But MHL teams can actually be relegated, and if they are relegated, they move down to the NMHL, or National Junior Hockey League. The bottom 2 teams in the MHL move down to the NMHL, and vice versa. And that is the other main junior hockey league in Russia, which also completes our puzzle of the Russian hockey feeder system. It's a bit more complicated than the North American system, but it does mirror it in a lot of ways. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.